We're gonna talk about you being a CI. We're gonna break through all that.
CRIP.
Hey,
No.
You ever see a nigga get caught with a grenade and stay on the street?
Who? Oh man, look. I got a cool
You a terrorist?
I mean, you ain't got nothing on me.
I got handcuffs on me.
Lawyer fees, bonds, DEA, jump out boys, feds, regular police, U.S. Marshals, all these different people. Jumping gates, getting out of cars, indictments, shootouts, everything that you done been through as a street cat. To find out that the game is going to die behind a podcast. Say, this got to be the easiest run in law enforcement history. We're going to sit back, watch the screen, and watch these niggas take their own selves down, and then we're going to swoop in and pick them up. Street cats podcasting their way to the death. There you have it.
I want to start off by giving all praises, infinite honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors be to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. That's where I learned this truth from and continue to learn this truth from. Peace and blessings to the elect. It's your brother Malakia coming out of the North Hollywood camp, teaching his truth and, sincerity. Hey, it's a lot going on through the spirit, and hey, us that are in this truth, man, we have to remember that like the scripture was written for our learning, watching the foolish people of Israel, all right, observing their wickedness, all right, is something that we need to pay attention to, and use wisdom in our walk, whether we go to work. All right, we have to remember that we're amongst vipers. Israel has been likened unto vipers, and to continue to watch our lips. These men that are shown on the screen are self snitching on each other. Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, these are some internet personalities, which they're locked up, and rightfully so. The Lord ain't dealing with them at all. But again, we must remember, that we're amongst these wicked people in Israel, man. Natural men, all right, that don't understand spiritual things, So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 7. It says, "A fool's mouth is his destruction." Get your ass in trouble. Have you literally being indicted for your own words? And this is all the judgments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says, "And his lips are the snare of his soul." Okay, so just like Esau, is going to talk his way into judgment, so is 2/3 of Israel. Whether they see the prophets and scoff them and talk shit. All right. We all understand that the Lord, all right, sets this up. All right. It says the words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the uttermost parts of the belly, And going up a verse, it speaks about how the fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes, different forms of judgment that the Lord brings. We see this, and it's literally funny, to witness how low level men are. All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 45. "A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil." All right, because when all you are meditating on is wickedness, you know, sleeping with other men's wives, murdering people, it manifests in your actions. It says, for of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaketh. And the scriptures also speak about, you know, just roughly paraphrasing, you know, just as a man thinks. All right. Let me see if I can get that. As a man thinks, just is pretty much, you know, so is he. All right. This is the scripture. It says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, said he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. And if your heart's not upon Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, you wasting your life, you know. And that's what we see, men being set up for the slaughter, you know. And it's going to be more judgments going forth, man. We expect more extreme judgments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai on the inhabitants of the earth. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash.